Hey guys, Pretzelman 945 here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, um, I am going to be making a tier list. Now the reason I'm making a Plants vs. Zombies tier list, even though I've never done any other kinds of content related to this before, um, is because, um, I have done two streams, which if you didn't know, I do stream. It's very rare, and it's mostly to people I'm just in a Discord server with because they enjoy when I stream. But um we did get like new people in this second stream, which I did today, which I assume just randomly came across it. If you were one of those people, then thank you very much for watching the stream. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun doing that. We got one more stream to go where we go from like the whole 5-7 to the end of the game. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna make a plants tier list. And this is based on my experience, but with some of these that I haven't gotten to using again yet, it's gonna be a little bit based on memory. Um, I am not like a what you would call really good player, I guess. So this isn't like ranked on a bunch of like pro meta strategies or anything like that. Um, it's kind of just ranked on like my own experience with it and how much I tend to find it usable. Um, okay. So a pea shooter, I mean, pea shooter is solid. It's like a beginning plant. I would say that it goes in B tier. I think it's a good plant. Sunflowers, I mean, they're sun producers. I think that's pretty obvious. Um, Cherry Bomb is just an incredibly broken plant to get so early in the game. Um, Walnut is good. It's good for defense. Potato Mine is solid for like kind of there's this like idea where you like put a potato mine down to kind of hold off zombies while you plant more sunflowers, and I'm quite a big fan of that, so I like potato mine. Snow Pea goes in A tier. Snow Pea was incredibly clutch in a lot of levels. Um, uh because that effect it has was so crucial in a lot of ways for me to be able to win certain levels. um Chopper I'm gonna put in C because I don't really use it that much, and it's an insta kill plant, which is nice, but it just takes too long to recharge. Repair's also in B tier just because I don't really use it that much. Um, Puff Shroom is the first S tier plant. Um, Puff Shroom is ridiculously broken, and it solos like half of the nighttime levels and also the fog levels too. It is insanely OP with costing zero sun and having a fast recharge time. It is just ridiculously good. Sunshroom goes in A tier because it's also a sun producer. Fume Shroom is pretty good. It's got some good firepower. Um, and yeah, I like it. Grave Buster is just really convenient because the graves can get incredibly annoying, so that gets A tier. Um, Hypno Shroom is B tier. That's a cluck plant. Sometimes in certain situations, but there are other ones that it's sort of outclassed by at a certain point. Scaredy Shroom. I would no, if I put B, I can't put it higher than B. But Scary Shroom is a very clutch, long range plant in a lot of situations, so I quite like it. Um, Ice Shroom and Doom Shroom are both going in S tier because both of these plants are ridiculously broken. Um, Ice Shroom because the breathing ability has saved my ass in a lot of levels. And Doom Shroom is the reason why Cherry Bomb is not in S tier is because Doom Shroom is just a way better version that kills a lot more zombies. Um, it's literally the nuke in this game, and it is so broken. um, I mean, Lily Pad is just like quintessential for playing in the pool, so it's got to go in A tier. Squash is my favorite plant in the game. I don't care what anyone says. This squash is so fucking clutch. It insta kills any zombie. And it is just it can even kill multiple zombies at one time. It is so stupidly clutch. I cannot explain how incredibly useful it is. Um, Three Peter goes in C tier because it's useful, but it's too expensive to kind of be of any real value realistically a lot of the time for me. Um, Angle Help is a plug insta. The only reason it's not up in S tier is just because it takes a bit too long to recharge. Um, Jalapeno is pretty good, but I just don't find myself using it as much as a fairy bomb just because it the versatility is not as large, although I might change my mind when I finish the roof levels. Spikeweed is going in C because it's useful for taking out zombonis, but other than that, really, I didn't really find myself using it that much. Like the only time I really used it was in 3-10 because I had some to plant. But like beyond that, whenever a Zomboni showed up, I would generally just use squash. Um Torchwood, I'm gonna also put in C only because it's another one that I just did not really find myself using that much. Um, Tallnut goes up in A tier because it's just the better version of Walnut. Um, and yeah, it's just a very handy plant because it stops the stupid dolphin rider and pole vaulter zombies. Um, uh, so um, yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Sea shroom I'm gonna put in B tier because um it's nice that it costs zero and it's like an equivalent of a mushroom to plant in the water. The reason why it's ranked lower is just purely because it has a slower recharge time. Planter goes in D tier. This plant sucks. There is literally like I did not even use this plant when I was playing through the fog levels. I literally intentionally played in the fog and waited to get the blower, as we'll get to in a second, because this plant just does not do enough. um, Cactus is fine, but you know, it's just outclassed by but it credit where credit is due. It does do damage, and it can be helpful for getting rid of balloon zombies, but that's all it can do. Blover, speaking of which, is the next plant that goes in after because um this plant gets rid of the fog and it blows away balloon zombies. So just those two purposes alone are ridiculously useful. Plus it has a fast recharge time and it's only 100 sun. It's just a very, very convenient plant. Um Split Pea is neat here. It's just kind of a strange plant that doesn't really have that much use beyond one level in which their zombies are introduced in I'm pretty sure it's 4-6. Starfruits are A tier. I actually found myself using these more than I expected. Um because I've seen a lot of tier lists that say Starfruit are very good, and I'm definitely inclined to agree with that because um it's just a very, very useful plant. Like when you like even it takes a bit to show its usefulness when there's only like one or two on the lawn. But if you get like a ton of them going, it's kind of ridiculous the amount of uh ricochet damage it can do by shooting in five directions. Um Pumpkin is S tier just because it's a super easy way to provide armor to your plants, and it's just a very useful thing. Magnet Shroom is very useful, especially in level 5-4, I think, uh, where you have to deal with like football zombies, ladder zombies, and bucket zombies. It's just a very, very useful plant. Um, Cabbage Pult goes in C just because it's very basic and it only does a certain amount of damage. Um, uh, Plant Pot for the same reason as a lily pad, you kind of need it to play the roof levels. Kernel Pult is also an A tier. It's just a much better version of Cabbage Pult because even though the kernels do less damage, the butter stoppage is just such a nice feature to have. Um, Coffee bean, I'm going to put in A tier as well. I had not really used coffee bean before, like in my old playthroughs of this game. Um, but I I used it in a few of the roof levels, and it was very helpful for getting like a whole row of magnet shrooms in 5-4. Um, and and I also used it to uncork an ice shroom and I think same level maybe. So it's just a very, very useful plant. Um uh the rest of these are not plants that I've like gotten to yet, but they are plants that I intend to make good use of, let's say. So I'm gonna try and rank these from how good they are in my memory. Garlic, I'm gonna put in A, umbrella leaf in A, marigold in D, melon pulp in A, Gatling pea in F, Quinn's sunflowers in A, Gloom shroom in S, Cattail in S, Winter melon in S, Golden magnet in B, uh, Bike rock in E, Bob cannon in A, and Imitator in S. That's kind of from my memory. My opinion might change a little bit on those, but I'm not gonna like recreate the tier list entirely. So like, just kind of envision where I stopped at, and that was sort of my complete list. And this is not entirely as accurate because it's just going off of memory. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want to catch the last PVZ stream I will be doing, then uh, stay tuned for that notification, I guess, if you want to. If you want to watch the VODs of the other two streams that I did, they are under the live tab on my channel page. Because I never delete my VODs, so you can always go back and watch all the stream VODs if you so want to. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.